Hi everyone! Today we're here to talk about the 16 types as spiders. So we have DJ here. He's really nerdy about different kinds of animals. And so we're here to learn from the spider expert himself about how he would MBTI type the different species.
Well, yeah, just thinking about the NFs. I'm an INFP, so I think an ideal spider for the INFP would be the orb weaver. You know, they build these kind of like extravagant webs and they just sit there and wait for different bugs to fly into them and capture them. And it's kind of relates to the artistic side of them. You know, they're making a living through their creations and things like that. You know, they like all spiders, they're alone, they're hidden away until like something comes out. And it also fits in with maybe the INFP laziness, because their other spiders are like running around and they're considered hunter spiders, but this one's just sitting waiting for something to come to it. But it actually works and something eventually flies in there. But that kind of feeds in with that INFP kind of natural leisurely attitude. We're like, it'll be fine. Something will come along soon. I'm just gonna sit here and not do stuff and just and just wait for it to work. It's kind of like being a woman on a dating app. You just cast your net and then like the fish just jump into it and you just don't have to do much. So and I think for the INFJ would be the jumping spider. They're very smart and curious, and they have great long-range vision. So when they leap, they're very accurate when they leap with these long-range views, which fits in with that piercing, long-range, future-oriented insight of the INFJ, and then also fits in with the secret dark cynicism of the INFJ that maybe some people I think don't associate them with, because they also kill bees. Like there's bees going to flowers, helping flowers do it, and then the jumping spiders kill the bees. You know, it's kind of like reminds me of my mother ripping out sunflowers. Like, I don't want sunflowers growing in my garden. You know, a beautiful metaphor probably for a lot of NF childhoods. So they're also dark too, you know, not just because they're spider. I mean, they're killing bees. You know, they make fruits and everything, you know, and everything. If it wasn't for bees, we'd just have corn. So they also embody that dark side. I think for the ENFP, I would say something maybe like the wolf spider. That's a hunter spider, and they run around and they don't build a web. They just run things down, and they're just running around. Maybe they're terrified of a web because it seems like stability, or they get bored with it, or like they wouldn't be able to change the web every 2 seconds. So they're just like, no, they're like shooting in and out of dark places and everything. And, you know, they have so much energy because they're like looping over their FI. So that doesn't weigh them down or anything like that. You know, they're just dodging the tears of the INFP orb weavers. They like run around doing who knows what. Those bastards. And then I think for the ENFJ would just be a big, huge tarantula, because they're just going around forcing themselves on others and their way and everything else. You know, maybe a giant tarantula would make a great symbol for a cult leader, which is what we all think of when we think of ENFJs. And I'm kidding. And they're just big, you know, like they're the take charge ones of the NF groups. So, you know, you get these huge ones that go out and they hunt birds and everything. You know, they're like the determined, the domineering maybe NF in a way. So I think those would be embodying the NFs. Do you want me to keep going, Joyce? I haven't thought about the others, but I can wing it if you want me to.
I'm excited to see how far you can stretch this. Can you do the rest of the 12 types?
Yeah, let me think of some other types of like spiders you see around. Yeah, I think for the SPs, really, they're all the spiders doing cocaine. So whatever one's doing cocaine, that's an SP. So those are pretty much covered. And I think for the SJs, some of those would be good. Like whatever, like, a good SJ spider would be like a cellar spider, because they intentionally like come inside the house and they just have a corner and they just stay there and they live in the house. They don't want to go outdoors. They want to stay inside. It's a very STJ spider because they just want to stay out of the sun and the rain, and they just want to stay indoors, and they keep their own organized little area, and they don't like to sweat or expose themselves to that, so it's a very like STJ type of spider. And then maybe, a good SJ spider that you see around inside the house a lot for the SFJs would be the daddy long legs, because they can't really hurt you. Like they're like, I think they're like fangs can actually penetrate our skin. These are supposed to be spider fangs, by the way, if I can do it. So, there you go. Yeah, I'm not having like a stroke or something or a seizure. But yeah, because like they'll crawl right up on you, and they're not scared of you, and they can't hurt you. They're like, "How are you doing? Do you want some ice cream? Can we tell you about your feeling? Can I get you a blanket?" They're all like, "Oh, let me." And then they get mad at you when you don't eat the fun size candy that they bring you. It's like, what are you? Or you give it away to someone else, and they're just like pissed about it, but they won't directly confront you about it and stuff. And they're like introducing you to the other daddy long legs and stuff like that. And they're, and then you get that one that's like a dick who comes up to you and he's just like, "You don't talk much. You need to come out of your shell." So there's always that, that one kind of like, that one's probably an ESFJ, probably, and they like form their little bodies together to form a sign that says live, laugh, love. That's definitely an SFJ thing, that they could put up in there. Yeah, I think the NTs would be like, ones, when you think of NTs, you think of the ENTJ, the great CEO, and, obsessed with efficiency, long range vision. And I think what would really capture the ENTJ spirit would be like the Black Widow, because you have to think, not only is it incredibly dangerous and effective and like unique, I mean, it's like black and red. You just think those would be ENTJ colors, like action and darkness, you kind of think of that. But also, like, after they mate, they eat the male like right away. Like, how efficient is that? Like, you're just going to be like, I'm just going to eat this male right away for food. Like, you get it, and then it's just right there, and it's a free meal that just like literally came up. Like, they never had to leave their desk, and they're there. And then it was like killing two birds with one stone. They get porked, and they have the babies. They accomplish their big ambition, and then they have that free meal that just comes up to them. And I think the males are quite a bit smaller than the females, so it's just like they just gobble them up. And this is a very modern time, so maybe comparing the ENTJ, which is a leadership type, to a dangerous female spider is, that's very, very empowering. And I'm very doing a great service for women by making that comment. And they just eat them, and it's just like makes me think about, one of the characteristics of ENTJs is they love to save time, which is why so many of them eat their lunch on the toilet. So it's just another toilet lunch for them, and they're just like killing all these things at once, like multitasking, and they never have to deal with it again. And extroverted thinking does not want to come back and deal with stuff. So if you eat your mate, you never have to deal with any of their emotional or anything again. It's just done. Like, you've got what you wanted, the transaction, and go. And then like that's it, and you got it, and you're on your way. I mean, like, talk about like TE in nature, and you could just think about your long range vision, bothered, no emotion or anything, it's very like a transactional way to live and to love and efficient. So it's like, that would be great. I mean, that's like the king of toilet lunches that these ENTJs love. So that's awesome. And then I think when you think about like some of the other ones, is, you think of the ENTP and INTP maybe as the water spiders, because there's these water spiders, and I think they can like actually walk on water. So it's such a strange and unique thing, but it's also probably kind of weird, and I'm sure it like unnerves people because and it's also so unique, and maybe it makes you think about how weird and different they are. That a spider, a bug, you don't necessarily think of spiders hanging out on water like that and going around hunting. So that would speak to their uniqueness. But it maybe also may be a statement about like their social ability too. Like they're just dancing around and they can't quite do it. And they're really careful. They don't know what to do or say. And they, the water spiders are going around as ENTPs, INTPs, just like pissing people off and everything. They're still trying to be careful, but they're still getting wet and everything. And even though they're weird and unique and cool, and stuff, people are still like, ugh, they're still a little freaked out by them and everything. And, you see the little water spiders giving people like the finger and like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, and everything like that. So there's all of that. And, maybe a good one for like the INTJ maybe would be like the crab spider or something like that. Cause that's one that, just hangs out in flowers. And like the INFJ, will also kill and eat bees. So it's the NJ quality of hidden cynicism. Of course, it's not so hidden, with the INTJ, like they're not as warm and as fluffy and as cute as a little jumping spider. They kind of almost look like a flower petal. And it's also a very efficient thing because it's like, jumping spiders are very cute. They're almost like they're going to come up and give you a hug like an INFJ, but not like a crab spider. A crab spider, they have like thorns in their prick, and they're like, I'm not hugging anyone. I'm just going to sit here till something comes, and then I'm going to kill it. And I'm going to kill a bee because they're spreading sunshine, and I'm going to feed on sunshine and taking it out of the world. So that would be like a very fitting one, and it's very efficient too. It's almost like the Black Widow, except the crab spiders aren't having sex with the bees. They're just waiting for their meal to come to them and to kill them. Again, the spider fangs coming in with the venom, and it's very efficient too. They just wait there. They look like it. It's almost like being the orb weaver, except you're not crafting this beautiful web. You're just like sitting there looking like a delicate little flower, but you're actually like a evil little mastermind. That beautiful flower is hiding a predator inside of it and everything else. So I think all of those, really fit the NT spirit, especially for their ability to alienate people as spiders. So I think that really captures it.
Yeah, just a reminder to everyone, this is meant to be funny, so don't take it too seriously. DJ is an INFP, and this is a really good example of his extroverted intuition. And so he's really brainstorming. He's playing with ideas, and he's able to spin spiders with the MBTI just seamlessly like that. And so, yeah, I hope you guys found that entertaining and funny. And thanks, DJ, for being put on the spot and showing us your mental ideational creativity. Applause.
Yeah, I'm totally serious about everything I said. I'm totally sincere. So I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, we care. Yeah. Well, anti-FE of me.
Type talks receives lawsuits. All of this is meant to be funny, so please don't take this seriously. It's not educational material. So we know that there are stereotypes in this, and so don't use this to learn, but use this to laugh, okay, guys? Anyways, DJ's a really talented person, and he's really good at making people laugh until they cry, until they pee their pants. So sometimes his humor can be a little bit offensive, but it's all in good fun. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.